Hey YouTube, Fingerlab developer of DM1 drum machine has released a new app, Playset, which is a groovebox. So we've got a drum machine with bass and lead synths. Although everything is sample based, there's a lot of different kits to pick for each of those parts. So let's play with it. Now, this is a little unique. It's got a step sequencer here that's split up into 2 bars per pattern. And you can put those patterns in a sequence and create a song, but the idea of these 2-bar loops kind of threw me for a loop. So let's start throwing in stuff here. We just sequence in some kick. And let's get some snares in here. And some hats. Because it's a 2-bar pattern, you get to be a little creative with this. Like, I don't know, it feels to me like just doing the straight boom bap isn't gonna cut it. Like, you want to get a little creative with it. And one of those ways that you can do that, if you double tap on a cell, it comes in as triplets. So you can have just that one triplet hi-hat thing going on the end of the second bar in one pattern. I'm gonna leave the random percussion alone for right now. We'll come back to that. And it's to show you the bass. So you can record and start playing in things, you know, whatever. But I want to do some pretty tricky 16th notes, and I don't trust myself to do that on video on this keyboard. So instead, let me show you how you do this manually. Like, you can manually put in things instead of that by just picking a note and then tapping that and hitting another note and tapping there. So now every time I tap, I'm getting that G sharp. And if I hit a new note, now it's going to assign that new note. So let me put in all these Fs, and I'll come back and put in all the Gs. And let me stop this for a second. I want to change things up for the last half of the second bar. Let's try this. Not quite feeling that one. It's just not flowing well together. Let me try changing the second one here. Nope, the B was definitely better than the A. Oh, I'll move on, and maybe we'll make this sound better when I add in a lead. So once again, you can play it in. I'm just going to kind of come up with a melody or something here. Let me change the lead here. I can assign any of these many leads that are in here. I particularly like this Dune one, but I don't know if it's going to work well in this context. It's a very pleasant, sort of dreamy thing here. Like the whirly too. But once again, this is kind of quiet and dreamy. So I'm not sure. It sounds a little bit more. All right, let's try that. So. Let's hear how it sounds. And edit some variations here. gonna solo this now to get rid of that. Yeah, high A is not working. All right, let's try going back to an F for that one. All right, and we'll go down to an A here. All right, yeah, that loops back nicely into the F. So let's hear all that together. All right, it's good enough to work with right now because that was just kind of the groundwork. Now we can get really creative with this by completely reassigning all these kits things. So you saw how I was changing the lead. We can do the same thing with the bass now. There's a lot of different ones in here. Let me actually mute everything else so that you can hear this. I think we're gonna probably go with voltage here. I really like this one. Swirl's good too. This, oh man, I don't even know. That's fun for like a chiptune sort of vibe, but yeah, let's go with voltage. Oops. And bring back in the lead. And if we want, we can actually make this one of the bass sounds too. Let's try making this that swirl. That's quite fun. So let's leave that on. And we can do the same for the individual drum parts now. So like for the kick, make that the Boland. Now that's using a different kit from the rest of these things. Work just on the drums here. The snare, there's some really good snares in here. I particularly like Grave. It's like really meaty and crunchy, right? But I also want to work with this percussion that I haven't done anything with it. I'm going to, instead of just having these goofy random percussive things, I'm going to add in a second snare using a different sound. Crash Cow, possibly Noodle. We'll see. Just trying to add in more snare without overdoing that one really crunchy snare. Let's add in some more kicks here while we're at it. And I think we might benefit from adding... Oh, do I want to add distortion to this? I do, but I don't, so I won't. Let's compress this. Just to pump this up a bit. I'm trying to be careful with this because I don't want to get too crazy. All right. I gotta try just a little bit of distortion. And let's add some distortion in as we bring in the bass. Distort the lead. I should probably bring it in a bit. effects to it. I kind of want to widen this sound. There isn't a whitener, so I'm going to use the flanger. Slow that way down. The feedback just to widen it up a bit. Press the whole thing. I like how that sounds. Like that's a nice big sound that we got in relatively short time, right? Because we're not getting bogged down in any of the sound design or anything like that. We're just using all these various samples to throw out a pattern and kind of play with it. And once you do have a pattern that you like, you can easily copy and paste that, and then make some variation and then drag in your variations into a whole song. So it's not the most advanced music app that we have, but it is a quick way of kind of sketching out melodies and grooves the way that a groovebox should be. I hope that this video has been informative, and I would like to thank all of my patrons for their support this year. Like, seriously, thank you so much, guys. I had a massive hard drive failure earlier this month, and like that would have been really, really bad if I didn't have the financial backing that I get from this site and from you guys to be able to address that. Like, I would have been dead in the water because I wouldn't even be able to make this video. So seriously, thank you very much to all my Patreon patrons for making these videos possible. Take it easy, folks, and Happy New Year.